Hi everybody, hello, welcome to this live. I go straight to the point. We're going to answer the question, is there a way to realize yourself and your dreams while still managing to make ends meet? Which means, I translated, I already wrote it in a slide that you probably have seen. I translated unpolitely. So my job sucks, I'm stressed out, and I want another life. But of course, I have to pay my bills. So how can I make it to be happy and have the money? That's basically the question. And the question actually is one. It comes from one of my followers, and that's exactly where I want to start today. Before starting, I'm not going to introduce you, but I have to explain a little bit the setting that we have here. I'm in a group session with three wonderful students from my coaching program who kindly agreed to record this live conversation so that the others can benefit too. But of course, also you guys that you're on Facebook or on LinkedIn, you can write your comments and I'll get back to you. But of course, the three guys here can type the questions. So you guys, you can type the questions and just give me the reactions to the comments. Just drop some comments. Okay, so we can start. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Silvio. I'm a coach specializing in life and performance coaching. I was a manager in Italy, France, Switzerland. And I have to say, despite a good career, professional success, two children, beautiful life, I wasn't doing well. I felt disconnected to my passions and to what I would say the real Silvio, the real me, the true self. And I had no energy. I was stressed out. Transmitted also the stress to my family and also at work, of course. So in various moments, I was a successful manager, but I wasn't the husband nor the father I wanted to be. So I decided to work on myself. It's now 8 years ago. It's a beautiful 8 year long journey and of rediscovery actually of myself thanks to my mentor Mirko Bosi and to his school Coltiva la Crescita. And now after 3 years of tough training as a coach, I am a coach myself and I also coach for Coltiva la Crescita. Okay, that was just to present me, but I would dive into the topic of this live, and it's actually I built a few like a presentation with beautiful slides. I'm gonna show you. So the question is there a way to realize yourself and your dreams while still managing to make ends meet? And that's a big question. It is basically it is basically the synthesis of working on oneself. Then of course my answer will be let's say tough. Disclaimer, there is no medicine for that, for such a big step, for such a big question. There is not a medicine that you can you cannot just take a pill and all of a sudden life is better, right? That's absolutely foolness. But I see many unfortunately many seek for this type of solution, and that's why these YouTubers can have so many followers when they share dumb tools, protocols that solve nothing. But apart from that, uh, today I will guide you I have this second beautiful slide here. These are the three clear steps that I want to share with you. I will show you actually how this question comes from a deeply rooted mental pattern, or we could say a false belief that we rarely question, unfortunately. And then we will see three different paths you can take when something inside feels misaligned, like our follower, thanks to this question, is highlighting. And then I'll share with you the only validated tool that I know, because I tried so many tools, and this is the only validated tool to achieve fulfillment when if your job is not aligned with you, or you feel disconnect somehow. There is only one way, and I will show you at the end of this presentation. So, and the first question I would like to go into is, who of you have had that feeling or thought that you have to choose between living well with a monthly monthly salary or living accordingly to our values and needs and passions. Yeah, yes, yeah, okay. All of you guys, all of Tracy says, okay, for all my life. Yeah, exactly. That's absolutely normal. So we have been taught things such duty first, pleasure second, find a secure job, then maybe pursue your passions in your free time. And so we end up actually chasing standardized goals that don't really belong to us. Status, approval, uh, job title, and so on and so on. But have another question for you guys. But how long can you keep running toward something that doesn't feel like yours? How many times have you reached a goal and immediately ask yourself, is that all there is? Hmm? So number one, this apparent conflict between gaining money and living your purpose, your real purpose in life, is a mental pattern that has been taught to us. Mm, I give you an example. I give you an example. Me, I was a successful manager and thought, yes, this is it. I'm a good manager, well paid, and then it's normal to be stressed and unhappy. This is how life is supposed to be, right? That was my question. Wrong. Wrong. But this is absolutely a belief, a mental pattern that we had, that I had in my mind, that I see this pattern in many of my clients. I guess in all of my clients. So so of course it's something that we have to deal with. And when you feel disconnect, we have three possibilities. Hmm? We have three options basically. The first one is ignore it and complain. Just you go ahead with your life, with your normal life, with all the situation, and then you start complaining at the end normally. Or you can change the situation, or change yourself plus the situation. What do you guys here? Okay, this is very easy to answer, but what do you guys here think is the best option? Right? Three, three. Yeah, yeah. Is it your final answer? Yes. So you won 1 million bucks. Okay. So sure. The number one is the opposite of growth. So ignore it and complain. It's the opposite of growth and of fulfilling life. Many, unfortunately, slide. Many in my experience end up complaining all the time. They blame others. They blame the boss. They blame themselves. They blame the economical crisis, blah, blah. But this is an attitude that ruins you. So complaining ruins you, doesn't bring about change, doesn't bring about change, and even drives the others around you away from you. Do you know, guys, any professional complainers? Do you know anybody? Yeah. Yeah, so do I. I've never seen actually as many complainers um, among managers and professionals as among managers and professionals. Just I don't know. Also successful. Okay, so second option is changing the situation. The second option is that is a good one, but it's very often misunderstood. Doesn't mean throwing everything away and starting over without a goal. I have heard these all the time. I just sell everything. I resign and I go somewhere in the world. Well, actually, I have heard that a lot on YouTube, but again, we're still in the either or mindset. I mean, with a metaphorical, it's like you're asking yourself, either I eat healthy or I eat well. Either I take care of others or I take care of myself. Can't you do both? I'll show you how. I'll show you how later. How can you do both? And or either I breathe or I walk. That's no sense. I made a slide about that, and I'm very proud of this slide. Fulfillment and earnings are not enemies. And look at the dollars there instead of the S. They're two wheels of the same bike. That's my quote. Beautiful. That's my quote. And they're not enemies. And indeed, I will go now for the third, for the third option. It's the third one. I talk about myself. Years ago, I was, as I said, the manager and everything, and I used to wake up every morning with like a pain in the stomach. Just very bad, unfortunately. That's a bad sign of, that's a bad sign. You just put it away now. But I really woke up every day with this pain in the stomach, and and uh, and I thought that I would live like this until the retirement. And of course, I couldn't sleep well because of these thoughts. Today I wake up with a totally different energy. So what did I do? I did something to change. Of course I did. Of course I did. Sorry. And what I did, actually what my students do. And I show you the slide with the exact uh, path, the exact steps to answer that question. So the question was, is there a way to realize yourself and your dreams while still managing to make ends meet? And basically, that's my answer. That's what my students do. And now I'm involving you guys. You can give me your feedback. And the first step is to free up hours to liberate time. How many hours did you liberate in the first 2 weeks of the program? Yeah, Lorenzo, six per week. Very good. 11, Rebecca. Very good. Okay, that was almost a record. Eight 8 hours per week for Tracy. Thank you. Of course, you have to liberate time. If you do not have time, how can you better analyze yourself and do all the things that I'm going to show you that you have to do? So first thing, my students, they liberate time. And that's basically the step that I suggest. Then they rediscover themselves. What does it mean? Because it's not theory, it's very practical. They rediscover their needs, values, and passions. Because of course, if you don't know them, and I guess many do not know them, you don't know yourself. But it's not your fault. Nobody teaches us. I involve you guys again. What is your number one value at the moment? Yeah, yeah, from the Rebecca asked something about the exercises. Yeah, autonomy for Rebecca, right? Creativity for Lorenzo, entrepreneurship. So these are the three main value in this phase of the life that my students, that the three guys here in my Zoom room, they found out, they rediscovered themselves, they analyzed themselves. Did you know this before our coaching program? Nope, exactly. So you need a tool because nobody teaches us these things. So you need tools. You need of course somebody that helps you finding out. And now they know exactly that they're looking for. What do you write? So autonomy, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Beautiful. Uh, let's get back to the slide. Then the third step is to analyze our mental patterns. That means there are, unfortunately, mental beliefs, schemes, patterns that hold us back. And a big example is the fear of judgment, and then we don't act, or overthinking. I already had a live webinar on overthinking on my LinkedIn and Facebook, and also on YouTube. Yeah. Or the mental scheme, I have to be perfect. And we have, of course, to shift that. The number 4 is the goal accelerator. So my students, they have understood how to set goals and achieve them with with less effort and with a method, with a clear method. And at the end, I create a vision. None of you have already created a vision, right? Okay, you got a sketch, but we're not there yet. Okay. So, and my students, they create a vision of the future they want, where their life satisfies their needs, their values, their passions. Okay, so and with a vision, they create a strategy to get there. And what's a strategy? A strategy is basically a sequence of steps or goals. So there are smaller goals than the vision. And normally it takes 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. That depends on you. But that's why we started. That's why we study at first how to achieve goals, how to accelerate the goals. Because at the end of the day, if you have a strategy where you will have your life as you want it, with a good job and with fulfillment based on the needs, values, and passions, then when you build the strategy to achieve this vision, you need to accelerate your goals to achieve the goals in between the place where you are, so your current situation, and the vision that you depicted. So that's how it's done. I know, I would like to tell you that it's easy, but I leave that to the YouTubers. There is much work to be done. Yeah, and it needs to be started as soon as possible. So many have already succeeded, of course, with professional help. So I'm absolutely, totally convinced that all my students, they make it. Who wants to achieve this type of fulfillment? It only needs to be taught how to use the right validated tools. If you want to start exploring some of these concepts, just leave me a comment or write me, and I will send you a free tool to build your vision of the future. So I'm turning off the recording now, which will remain online for 7 days, but I will respond to all the comments. If you want to learn more, just send me a message. I'll send you everything you need for free. I really like to have more people involved, and also I release some content in my Facebook page, LinkedIn page, so you can always enjoy it. Rebecca Lorenzo Tresi, you can stay in the Zoom meeting. To all the others that